Alright, let's do the Witches Box September edition unboxing. And for anyone hoping to see the October unboxing in the near future, don't hold your breath. This is Australia. I haven't even received the thing yet, and we are halfway through November. More than actually. Alright, what have we got here? So, a lovely little fancy paper clip. That thing is really cool. That is really awesome. Alright. Witch's Box. Spirit eBoard. So this is just a letter from the Witch's Box with an idea of, well, with a list of stuff that's in it. Let's see what we've got. Oh, you are gorgeous. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see it properly. Oh, look at that. Look at the gold paint on that. That is fantastic. Wow. Alright. Is that a sticker? Yeah, that's a sticker. Alright. So that is a sticker. I am actually doing this upside down. That's a cool sticker. Put that somewhere. Oh, I do love the back of those cards. If it'll focus, probably not. No. Okay. So that is a very interesting back of the cards. The combination of the skulls and the flowers. I'd like to get tattoos with a similar thing on that, but it's a bit girly for me. But that's still pretty cool. Ooh. Oh, hello. Turn that around. Little Miss Death there. That is a very, very cool picture. Yeah. It's a very nice tarot card. Alright. So, our grimoire pages. What have we got? Spirit boards. Okay. Does it come with a spirit board? We'll see. Using a spirit board, blah, 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 blah. Okay. That's cool. Spirit board's not my thing, but well, divination in general isn't anyway, so let's see how we go. Alright. So we have Suncatcher spells. So okay, so basically this is kind of just a general thing of how you use the Suncatcher that's going to be in this box. So very simple. Anyone who's been doing Magic for any period of time will probably look at this and go, "Why are you bothering telling me that?" But anyway, not all of us have that luxury. All right, tea. Black tea, white tea. Okay. What if there? Oh yeah, there is more. So black tea and white tea. I'm also got green tea and oolong tea. So it seems like this is just a general tea box. I've deliberately not watched any unboxings of the September Witches box, just so that I don't have it spoiled for me. So yeah, this does look like it's going to be just a general tea box. So hey, I'll have lots of tea to drink for a while. So we'll see how we go with that. Gets a new set of my tea strainer cup. Anyway, so yeah, so those are basically just an explanation of. I knocked it back in. Of the different teas that are, I assume, in the box, and what their properties are. Nothing too fancy going on there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Still like that. Must admit that the card and the tarot card and the feather definitely make it up. Although it just says wands on there, it doesn't actually have it doesn't seem to be part of an actual ongoing deck, which I think is interesting. Jeez, Christ in the handbasket. Okay. I believe there is stuff in here somewhere. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely something. What am I gonna do with this all? Good lord. Alright, give me just 1 sec. I will be back in a moment. Alrighty. As I get a bag of some description to put all of this garbage into. Oh, that's not gonna work. Oh boy. Alright. Actually. Wow. Alright, I'm actually going to have to pause the video, because, yeah. Yeah, I need to find some way to deal with this. Alright, there we go. So, that was quite the quantity of packing there. So what have we got here? So here we have our oolong tea. So we've got the oolong tea, black tea, and that's it. So it seems we only got 2 of the 4 teas that spoke about, which suits me fine. I am actually not the biggest tea drinker, so I was a little concerned about how exactly I was going to be eating all of that. Alright, so this, I imagine, is either the Suncatcher or a part of the... Ooh, hello. Alright. So here we have... So that there is... You probably cannot see it. Whatever. So that there is just the chain that the Suncatcher is going to hang on. There's the bubble wrap. There is the Suncatcher itself. Yeah, it's actually really big. That is surprising. I'm sure most of you have seen those before. They are pretty cool. I'm actually quite a big fan of the rainbow pattern they make when the sun catches them right, or getting them in getting them in a position where it does it properly in a way where you can still see it without the room being too bright is an interesting dilemma, but I'll take a look. Oh, hello. Alrighty, so we have a candle. I'm going to take the plastic off because you're probably not going to be able to see it properly with the plastic on. What does that say? Okay, that's just a warning. Alrighty, so it's a very sort of morbid and macabre sort of skull shape there. It's skull and crossbones actually. So it's a little deformed as compared to normal skull, which I imagine is intentional. That's pretty cool. That's probably going to go on a shelf and not get burnt. I make my own candles, so I don't see myself needing that. Need to use that anytime soon. And we have our book, Walking the Twilight Path, a Gothic Book of the Dead by somebody. Alright, so take this. Set foot on a unique spiritual path of personal transformation and rebirth. First, you must venture through the gates of death. The path of Vocative, this postmodern Book of the Dead, is for mystics, witches, gods, anyone attracted to the beauty and mystery of death. A vital transformation force that is integral to our daily lives. So this is... Become familiar with this intrinsic yet denied aspect of our lives as you contact your spirit companion, meditate on gravestone sculptures, create a necromantic medicine bag. That sounds interesting. Keep a personal book of the dead. Drawing on the wisdom of all the big death-focused cultures of the past. Okay, so that sounds interesting. because death very much is a misunderstood part of the world we live in. It's definitely something that our opinion of has been warped with the Abrahamic religions being so prominent, these at least in the Western world, where I mean, like, here's our spirit board. So does it come with? Does it? No, it doesn't seem to come with the the marker thing that you use to. There we go. The marker thing that you use to pick the letters. That is a very beautiful board. Yeah, it is kind of a pity that I'm not actually going to use it because I personally don't like dealing with spirits. I'm somewhat empathic and they freak me out. Just because I can feel, basically feel their inhumanity. For anyone who's dealt a lot with, like, once again, so talk back to the Abrahamic religions, they have very peculiar notions of spirits, be they supernatural spirits or the spirits of the dead, and that is that what they don't seem to realize is how inhuman those spirits are. Because even like the supernatural spirits, angels, we'll use the Abrahamic thing. What they view as angels and demons, they always humanize. Whereas those of us who've had any sort of interaction with them know that they've never actually been human. They've never been alive. They don't know what it's like to be hungry, to be thirsty, to... I'll get this to center properly. Whatever. To be hungry, to be thirsty, to have the wants and needs, and to have a physical body in general. I mean, the concept of like sight, smell, touch is... theirs is a very different... their concept of interacting and experiencing the world is very different to our own. So, and even the spirits of the dead, like once they've been dead for a period of time, like the recently deceased, like the recently dead spirits will still understand these things, but they forget as well what it was like to be alive. And as someone who is slightly empathic, I'm very keenly aware of that. So I don't personally like dealing with them, but everyone's different. So yes, I'm never going to use this thing. But yeah, going back to the book. So death has become something of a misunderstood part of the world we live in, with the influence of the Abrahamic religions becoming so prominent in our modern day and age, where it's a loss, something to be mourned, where we like they're gone to be reunited with at some unspecified point in the future, but you know they've been lost from our lives for the foreseeable future, essentially. And that's not always how it used to be. Where yes, they were like their physical forms were lost, but as anyone with any knowledge of what true necromancy, which all I imagine will be in this book, knows that unless they've, well, depending on your view of the world, unless they've moved on for their next journey through the circle, there are ways to contact the spirits of the dead, and also, like, and even if we can't, even if they have transitioned to to the next phase on their journey, um, death isn't necessarily an end. It's a process. It's a part of a journey. And while we mourn the loss of their physical form and miss their presence in our lives, it's part of a journey. It's part of the turning of the wheel. So we don't quite look at it the same way. And speaking with little experience on the matter, having had the opportunity to see and interact with, or see and interact with both the body and the spirit of a recently deceased, I like before that happened, it had mostly been an academic principle to me, academic thought, where like it was something I knew of, but had never really had no practical experience with. But following my experience, that definitely was a sort of changing point for me. Well, not a changing point, but a confirmation point, where um, where I got to sort of see firsthand how how it is a process, a transition, a journey. For starters, the body of the person who had recently been deceased. Oh, there is a number, 6 of Wands. Never mind. The body of the recently deceased. It looked like the person it had been before, obviously, but to the spirit side, like to my other senses, it was an empty shell. I mean, it was no more alive than the mannequin in a shop. And even having, well, very briefly known this person in life, but knowing their family and knowing the impact it had, like being able to see the body and the empty vessel, it was like I found it hard to feel like obviously I felt sad for the loss of the person in these people's lives, but I found it hard to feel sad for the body because there was nothing there. It was an empty shell. And then later that night, this was my mother-in-law. Late, no, not that night. It was a few nights later. Sorry, this was a few years ago. Her spirit came to say goodbye to her daughter and my daughter, her granddaughter. And I almost on instinct kicked her out of the house before I realized who it was. But anyway, yeah, it's like having seen that process been gone through. It is quite something. And it is something that I really feel society's lost, where we focus too much on the loss of the individual in our lives, and they don't understand, and don't know of, take your pick, of the journey, the process that's going on, and how that works in our lives. So yeah, what to say or do about that, I don't know. But this is, well, certainly a macabre topic, and the image on that book certainly shows it. This is definitely something that I think we need more of in our worlds. We've got enough pain and sadness as it is. I think there's no need for us to make it harder on ourselves, any more than necessary anyway. Well, anyway, to anyone who actually watches this video, thank you very much. And hopefully, if my October box arrives in any sort of reasonable time frame, I will see you for that.